Well, hey everybody, welcome back to the show. This is Ken Dunn, and you're here on Books with Ken. And as you know, I travel all over North America, and in my journeys over the last 15 years in this crazy industry, I meet so many authors. I've met thousands of them, and I've heard the most amazing stories about their books. And so I had the idea to start this blog, this television show called Books with Ken. And you are a fan, and I really appreciate you being here. You know, this Books with Ken show is seen every episode between 8 and 10,000 times. So thank you to all of you for joining. Today I'm really excited. I've got Sarah Walters on the show with me. Sarah's from San Antonio, Texas, and she is about to launch an incredible fiction book. Sarah, welcome to the show.
All right, thanks for having me, Ken.
I got so excited about introducing you that the name of the book has slipped me.
It's called When She Fades.
When She Fades is an amazing book about a young woman who grows up, doesn't have the best of a life growing up, but things seem to get better as she marries and finds the love of her life and starts to build a life, but then something happens. Sarah, what happens? Tell us about your book.
Everything does seem pretty perfect. She's married, they have a daughter, they have great friends, good jobs, but a woman comes into their life, a very bad woman, which you can't tell at first, but she comes in and kind of just does a whole path of destruction through everything that they've built together, and a lot of death and heartbreak follow.
Sarah, what my viewers have realized in our conversations, because I've kind of helped them to understand what makes a great fiction book, and the number one thing that I tell people is really the secret to amazing fiction books is that the writers themselves are readers. And so I always ask this question to my fiction authors. Are you a reader?
I read all the time. I read when I'm eating breakfast, much to my spouse's dismay, of course. But I read all the time. I've always loved writing. So, yes, definitely read a lot.
Tell me, if somebody reads your book and finishes it, I know they're going to love it. I know it because I know your editors and editing. Getting an author to let somebody else help them is always such an incredible enhancement. So your book reads amazing. But when somebody reads it and finishes it, they're going to say, that was an amazing book. It reminds me of...
It reminds me of, when I wrote it, I was going through a hard time in my life, going through a divorce. So I think a lot of people have gone through that, unfortunately, and a lot of people have gotten hurt in the process. And so I do this is a fiction book. It's definitely a fiction book. There's a lot of very real emotions, grains of truth here and there that really help to make it very relatable. So I really hope people say, wow, I got caught up in that book. I couldn't put it down. I wanted to see what happened next. I want to see what happens in the next book.
And who are you going to be compared to, Sarah, when 5 years passes and you've become the success that you want to be? What authors are you going to be compared to?
I really look up to Stephen King. I look up to, I kind of have a very diverse library. While I enjoy Stephen King, I also enjoy Danielle Steele. So I don't know that I could be compared to anyone specifically, but kind of a mashup of them, I guess.
So is it fair to say that your book is got a little bit of Stephen King and a little bit of Danielle Steele in it?
Yes, a little bit for everybody. Men, women, not children, but men and women, can enjoy it, definitely.
Why don't you do me a favor and hold the book cover up so people can see it, because it's the cover that sells the book. It's what people are going to remember. So let's have a look. There we go. So you can see it right there. It's called When She Fades. And that book is available. Well, we're not going to publish this episode of the show, until the book is available. But I always put a link to the video, or to the book, in the notes above or below, as you know. So if you're watching this right now, do yourself a favor. If you're into romance, if you're into intrigue and a little bit of crime, this is definitely your next read. Sarah, if you had 30 seconds to talk to your favorite fan, or to your best fan, to the person you wrote this book for, what would you say to them?
I'd say that thank you for reading my book. I really want you to enjoy my writing. I want you to get caught up in the story and to want more, to really continue to look for my work. I really enjoy writing, going inside my head, pulling out the ideas that I imagine up there, putting them together for a slightly twisted but captivating story. And just someone that enjoys a good dark love story with some betrayal, some murder, some mystery, getting caught up in a good plot twist.
Well, I'm here today with Sarah Walters. We've been talking about When She Fades. This is Sarah's new book. It's in the market now. There's a link to it right above the video, the show here. And Sarah, I really appreciate you being here today.
All right. Thank you so much, Ken.
Hey, listen, if you're here with me now, it's because you enjoy these episodes. I really appreciate you being here. But do me a favor, and do Sarah a favor, and make this book your next read. Just click on the link above the video. It'll take you over to the sales page. And you'll notice on goread.com, where I like people to buy books, there's also a place where you can give us some feedback. Your applause and your remarks and feedback are always appreciated. Sarah, I appreciate you being on the show today. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I'll see you on the next episode of Books with Ken.